And it is now Rogel to go.
Seeing this new horde show up, Rogel's gonna shoot at them.
Okay. One attack to be made.
But what should I shoot? I have two things I can shoot now.
Kill the bigger one.
Shoot the bigger one?
I mean, the one that already killed almost.
I mean,
these are nearly dead. Here is just a giant pile of rats currently scuttling along the side of this embankment.
The smaller one. Kill the smaller one because I'm gonna take 2 damage.
No, Rogel sees this big horde just show up, but he knows he's already cast magic on the other one, so they're gonna have a long time before they can break free of that. I'm gonna shoot at the one that came around the corner.
Rogel doesn't metagame. He's not scummy.
I mean, it's not metagaming, he can see them being lesser.
True. A decent roll, though, damn. So that was just for your dart, right? So there's no roll to resist. That is just your +7. Damn. +7 plus your willpower bonus, right?
Yep.
Which is 5, if I'm not mistaken.
5.
Yeah, okay. 12, that would be... at least a third of them just disappear there and are no more. Actually, forgot to do the toughness. A sizable chunk of them have just disappeared from behind Grimwald. You are suddenly appearing a little safer. Shauna, it's you to go.
Shauna just can't believe what's going on. This is like the worst day of her life. I'll reserve my turn for later.
Okay. We'll come back to you at the end of the round then. Well, on that note, it is the lantern to go, which is going to shine brightly once more. Then the large swarm here is going to... Now it's in melee, it's going to... it can't move. Let me double check Entangled here, because I don't want to attack if it can't attack.
No, you just can't move.
Well, all actions involving movement would suffer a -10.
Okay, it's not a movement, though, if it's attacking, so...
Yeah.
A couple that are... I'm going to give them a negative, though. Only a small one.
You also have to roll their strength test to see if they break out, too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, they're also outnumbering me.
Oh, okay. That is true. They are outnumbering you.
20 pow. Oof. A lucky roll. You can do a responding roll if you like, Grim, to see if you get a lucky crit on them.
Of course.
Not a crit, but you definitely parry, and these guys fumble, finding it hard to right themselves, and they lose the next movement, which they're not going to have anyway, and they have absolutely no chance of passing this strength test, so I'm going to roll anyway just to see if they can resist. Nope, but you do gain 1 advantage for the next. Now, this rat group, I believe, had already gone this turn. So
they moved closer to me.
They did indeed. It is now.
They just don't have a sword initiative value yet, so they're not put into the list.
Yeah, don't worry.
She's gonna try and charge this.
Okay.
Boy.
Gonna charge into this ginormous pack of rats. Caring not for one's safety. Off you go. Let's.
She's over it. Anything? Any bonus?
+10 for charging. And actually, you did manage to kill the rat as well.
Yeah.
So, but then you did hurt yourself, so you just lost all advantage. So +10 for charging.
You can do it, Shauna. I always didn't believe in you.
Since I still have movement left, does it still count if I charge this or no? Can I move away from the situation?
If you move away, they get to attack you for free. Because you don't have an action to disengage.
Wait, what did she click the attack with?
A handheld. So I'm just going to drag you so you're touching them, because otherwise it's going to trigger me.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all good. So now we're in base-to-base contact. I can live with this.
Can she charge with a twisted ankle?
Well, it would have been -10, but you've got range, yeah. Yeah, you can still... It's just, it'll be a limited range. Oleg at this point is going to try and stand beside you on the edge of this. I'm going to make him make an athletics test for this, because...
Should have made the bridge
And
larger.
down he goes again.
It's a one-person bridge, so He is going to charge along and see if he can... Oh, yep, he stands along and just on the edge of it with his sort of toesed balance, takes a swing and a strike at the pack of rats. And plus 10 for charging.
Outnumbering?
Brother!
Can you outnumber swarms?
I don't believe so. Possibly. Possibly. That's one I'll have to look up, but for now, I'll say no.
Okay.
7 plus 5 is a good amount of damage, and the rat has to try and defend itself. Ugh, and does terribly. 5, 6, 7, 14. Ooh, okay. Another third of the rats are no more. The 2/3 of the rats are now dead. Grimvold, it is you to go.
1 second. Okay. Considering the rat pack in front of me just almost...
Sorry, you would have -2 wounds at the end of the round, which I forgot.
Bloop.
My bad. You to go.
I'm still regardlessly going to attack the one rat pack in front of me that's already being destroyed.
Okay. You can make a ordinary attack with no bonuses.
Yeah, no bonuses attack right there.
Nice. And the rat is going to attempt to defend itself with a -6, so you still hit with a +4 in total. That will be 12. Oh, that is just what you needed to kill them. So the last few, you're able to stamp on one and swing through another two as these weird shadows are pinning them to the ground, almost like sort of vines. Pretty creepy looking, but the rats are now dead. It is Mr. Leclerc to go. I mean, you gain, obviously, advantage for hit and advantage for kill as well.
Yep. I'll poop the scoot. There we go.
Doesn't matter, it's gonna go away at the end of the round anyway. Well, if it's not dead.
What's the penalty if I try and shoot from where I am?
You'll hit something.
Firing into combat, I'm going to give you a -30 in total if you try and aim for the residual rats. You might hit.
Is there the possibility that I could move here, pull Shauna to the side, literally like aim down at the rats and then shoot?
I'd say no, because I'd say it would be an action to move her, and it's a single file bridge, so you could push her off into the water. But
Infect her wounds.
I would say that would be your only option, other than just shooting from where you are with a bit of a penalty.
Yeah, and I want to like purposely avoid shooting the people on the bridge, so the penalty would be -30.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take the shot. No joy.
Nice.
Even with the +40, that wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. I was aware there's a rule for shooting groups. I didn't realise it applied to swarms. I forgot. So yeah, you would have had a +40 to shoot at the swarms. Thankfully, I would have helped. Right. On that note, an unfortunate miss, even with the extras. So it's up to you if you want to reroll. You would get a +20 in actuality shooting the swarm. Or you can keep your rerolls.
I'm gonna trust that the group's got this. Like everyone charged in. I've done enough saving. It's on you guys.
Okay. The swarm of rats here are going to continue and try and chomp away at Grimvold and make a standard attack with a +1. Grimvold to defend.
I will reroll.
You will re-roll. You get your +10 for defensive as well.
Yeah, don't forget. I didn't forget, but I suck. Apparently.
Okay. So they do hit, which is a 6 + a 1, which is a 7. This is on your right arm, and so that will be minus toughness and.
Oh yeah, so that would be +2, 5 then.
5 in total. 6, 7, so 2 damage taken, and 1 advantage for the rats.
I forgot to upgrade the jerkin as well.
Rogel to go.
Wait, wouldn't Grim have gotten advantage on that roll too, or did you already include that?
Not Grim. Grim's taken damage at the end of each turn. Yeah, you did have your damage for killing them.
He got +2 for killing the other swarm.
Yeah.
This
Did
same
you add
round.
that, Grim?
No, don't worry. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
You added it in?
Fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
I was just making sure. Anyway, so I'm going to I'm gonna conserve. I've already had the magic flare up on my face earlier, and I think they have this. I'm just gonna wait and see.
Okay. That one's been added to the initiative twice. That's why it's behaving funny. Lantern to go. Lantern's going to stare there intently. The rat pack has already
You
gone.
skipped me.
Why did it skip you again? Okay.
I don't know.
Shauna to go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this.
I'm gonna attack it while the handheld, and do I get any advantage because it's...
I will give you an outnumbering
more of
bonus
us?
now, yeah. I will. You... We haven't started a new round yet, no. So, plus 40.
It's a success.
4, 5, 6, and the rat will defend. With its 1 advantage. -4. Ooh, okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. -3. There are just a couple of rats left now. There is, like, 2 little rats left trying to just give Grimvald a little nom nom nom. And that being the end of the round, everyone suffers 1 damage for being in contact.
Yay.
Oleg is going to take a swing. And that's going to be enough to finish them off. You are safe. Combat is over. And apologies for the mess of combat tracker with that there.
Don't worry about it.
I may
was
have
a
been
big
double
fight.
clicking or something by accident, but I'll figure it out when I watch back. But you are alive. There are no immediate hisses in your vicinity. All is quiet.
All right. Well,
Shauna
we
is
have a
really
job to do.
Monsieur Leclerc, I hope this job pays well.
I hope it does.
Ask the halflings.
We will. We will.
Do we want to see what was in the room? I didn't pop the lock off just to
Oh,
fight the
yeah.
rats.
Oh yeah. Probably just gonna not find anything at all, but
Okay. You
let
can
us
have a rummage
explore the
through.
room.
So, stepping inside, you can notice a series of barrels, crates, and containers. Opening a couple up with a bit of a push and a bit of a nudge, you can notice a quantity of wine and cheese stashed away down here. Barrels seemingly containing wine and likewise crates containing cheese. There is a small ladder which leads up to a sort of a little walkway with a door up above it.
Shauna would like some wine. She's had a tough day.
Okay.
No wine for you, young lady. We have a job to finish.
Hey,
I'm
Rogel.
nearly dead.
What's up?
You find a magic chest, don't open it.
No, why not?
Reason.
Speaking of that, Rogel has found a little chest in the top corner, which is locked.
Is it?
It is indeed.
Second sight?
Nothing unusual inside.
Nothing unusual. Okay. Well, we have the fingers that every lady likes over here, so we'll let him have a try at it first.
Well,
Not
What about
you.
You do
Of
an
course
old
not.
man.
Stick.
You do an old man justice.
A dexterity with plus 30.
should have been dexterity with a plus 30. Flirty.
A success. It takes you a little longer this time. A little longer than the previous few, but you were able to ping the lock open and open the chest. Inside, And I'm going to pause the recording for a second here, because I'm going to generate you.
Useful in general.
Right.
Or
Can
when she
the
rerolls, she can
thief
not
can't
take the
even
extra XP
steal?
and just be a noble.
Shauna's done lots of useful things. Lots of useful snooping.
Like stealing my money.
Yeah,
Apart from that
very useful.
maid arc.
Indeed. Right, everyone ready?
Yep.
Groovy. So, looking inside the chest, you find the following. You find a fistful of cured meats, a long coil of sausage links marked with the Verstheim coat of arms, a copper badge bearing the Reichland provincial seal, a pewter amulet, and a axe. An odd combination of items to keep in a chest, but nevertheless, that is what you find.
Does
Is
the
there a-
provisional seal match the one that we got from the dead body?
Afraid not.
Inside the sausage, can we find the fallen Madonna with the big boobies?
By Van Plump?
They just appeared to be sausages, I'm afraid. Giving them a quick fondle. Nothing peculiar about them.
No big boobies.
No, nothing smuggled inside the sausages.
In a dungeon.
I'm gonna rip the pewter statuette of the wolf off the handle of the axe, and then I will just let everyone else have their pick of the loot.
I want the sausages.
I'll take the amulet.
How heavy are the sausages?
I would like one later, if that's okay.
Bruder,
Bruder,
we can have a sausage with our grandma.
if we could have some rat as well.
Provisional seal, by the way.
Haven't had a rat stew in a long time.
And on that note, anyone that has taken damage needs to take an endurance test with plus 20.
Oh, holy fuck.
How?
We're about to get...
Shauna, Grim, and Oligd. An endurance with plus 20.
Where is endurance?
It'll be in your basic skills.
Yeah, found it. Plus 20?
Plus 20.
Oh
Okay.
boy, holy fuck.
Okay.
No black boobos yet.
You, having been sort of bitten and torn in a few points, the bleeding doesn't seem to be too bad, and you're able to quickly sort of brush the wounds a little bit and clean them off.
Bruder, I feel like we should take a bottle of wine to celebrate.
I feel we should apply said bottle of wine to the wounds.
Oh, good idea.
Can somebody perform, like, can somebody heal me up?
No.
I
you
have
have
a
somebody
boat.
with
I have a
fuel?
boat hook. I could
No,
use
I
that
can't
to.
heal.
Do we have somebody with heal?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
What's the roll?
You don't have it.
No, I was gonna
Fuck.
say I don't.
No. It's an advanced skill, so you kind of have it where you don't.
I will suggest being very careful since we kind of exterminated the entire Bogenhafen of its rats. I would suggest being careful, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what is
Hopefully.
up there, Bruder.
Probably rich men taking big poo-poos.
Probably looks like a cellar or something with wine.
Oh yeah, can we identify the wine as being of any value?
Make an intelligence test with plus 20.
Can I make an evaluate check instead?
Sure.
Or
I mean, I was going off of seeing if it tastes any good. I'd put that as from the barrels and the general appearance of how they're being kept. They look like good quality barrels, so you would make the assumption that it's fairly valuable wine.
I propose we steal at least one cask and bring it over to the halflings.
Okay, Bruder, but
If you want to carry it, that's fine.
you can carry
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna carry that, but that's later when we finish.
Oleg's going to walk
If
back
we
out.
don't die.
Now,
Yeah, I'm gonna
there's
back.
supposed to be a hole in the pillar. Come on, everybody.
Hopefully we don't attract any more hats. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Anyone want
now
to feel like again in my life?
I'm gonna take the
right here,
thingamabobber.
behind
that's
the
all.
pillar, you can see a hole of about 1 foot wide in the wall. And this is comparing with the map, sort of where X marks the spot, and conferring with your note. This would appear to be it.
You guys sure you don't want to look around some more for stuff, or you want to move on?
I don't want to find any more rats. now.
Well, I see a rat over there.
Yeah, that's just a rat.
Moves away.
I'm still feeling pretty healthy, Mini-Man. There's a cellar upstairs if you want to go check it out.
Oh, you're
Mr.
funny.
Leclerc, I'm sorry to inform you, but I am in lots of pain. And I sort of smile. I suggest we get on with our job.
It's just a flesh wound. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm on my
Don't those
deathbed.
kill you?
What? What'd you say, Rogel?
Don't flesh wounds usually kill you?
We shall
not
see
the-
later.
It's not the bites that'll kill you. It's the disease that usually gets you. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Can we memorize the exact way the pillar is placed? And remove it? So that afterwards,
Yeah.
when we get out,
Yeah,
we place it in the same exact way?
it sort of lays in front of it in a way that it sort of, let's say, conceals it to a point. It's a bit of an awkward angle to crawl around, but you can certainly roll the pillar out to make the hole more accessible and then sort of roll it back again. It's sort of cylindrical, this pillar, so it's quite easy to sort of move onto its side. Right, and you were faced with a 1 foot wide hole that looks like you just about, no, maybe 1.5 feet, just about sort of managed to shoulder crawl your way through, should someone wish to.
Oh, Mr. Leclerc, you're offering to go first? How brave.
This is
My hero!
this is a solo mission for me, guys. I got a task for you to do instead.
Ooh.
On the other side of this wall is someone that I need you to take care of.
Okay.
Now, if you recall, not many of you could read, but for those of you that could, you need to look after this guy while I confess on his behalf.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, very well. Well, should we... let's work our plan along the way, and we shall make sure to be extremely quiet, silent as the night.
That's not gonna work. He's not of sound mind, per the note.
It's a prison cell. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna shove him out, I'm gonna impersonate him, master of many faces, and then I'm gonna confess. The difficulty for you guys might be keeping him busy. Just, he's been... what's the exact term? He's batshit fucking crazy at the moment. Most likely. He could be a danger to himself, or maybe one of you guys.
Wouldn't it be then better to knock him out? Like, I come with you, knock him out. Pull him out. Might be better.
Or
I
just
mean,
push him
either way.
out and we'll knock him out on this side.
Oh yeah, we can just kick the shit out of him, like, immediately. Mosh pit.
Oh, I'm staying out of it, considering I don't want to
Yep.
die.
I will stay out, no problem. I'm not suggesting anything, but like, it would be much better if you all took a crack at him and knocked him out instantly, so he doesn't wake up.
I can send him out for you guys.
Ooh.
Thank you, Mr. Leclerc.
Yeah, thank you, monsieur.
Ah,
Right.
merci.
With that, Mr. Leclerc, you make your way through a very small and narrow tunnel that appears to go on for some 20 feet in a 45-degree angle upwards. It's rough It's not particularly comfortable, and the stone either side is quite coarse against your clothes. You can hear and feel the occasional sort of snag and rip as you make your way through this. Up ahead is the faintest little dot of light, and as you arrive close to this, you can feel in front of you a wooden texture, and placing your hands on it, you get the impression it's the back of a piece of furniture, and just underneath is a small slither of light coming from the other side. Moving it to one side, you can see in front of you, you are within a cell. A small cell, some 9 foot wide, metal bars at the front, and a door leading into this, which currently has a slat that is closed around eye level. But in the corner of this room is a man currently huddled and is sort of in the fetal position, murmuring to himself.
I'm gonna get a good look at him, kind of like, and I have my disguise kit, so I've got everything I'd need to imitate his looks, right?
Indeed. You have various talents and skills, Master of Disguise being one, and you're also able to contort your face to make yourself more likened to someone else. So basically, you can disguise yourself in the space of a couple of minutes, very easily.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to strip him naked before I threw him down there.
He does have a cloak on over the top of his current clothes. Well, a cloak of sorts, a coat, let's say. And you can hear the other side of the door a snoring noise, or what sounds like someone sleeping.
Okay, I will, he's huddled in the corner, right?
He is indeed. Currently murmuring to himself.
I'm gonna, move over to him as kind of, like, calmly as possible to not, like, startle him.
Okay.
And then, I will try and direct his attention to the freedom, the hole in the wall.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to make me an acting test with no modifier. It's the same as your fellowship. So you're able to gather this individual's attention. He makes eye contact with you at first and quickly looks away and continues rocking back and forth. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming for me. They're coming. But you're able to show him towards this hole and point him to an escape from whatever terrors him. And he nods. All right. All right. All right. Starts crawling back through the hole at this point, and you can hear him scraping and maybe.
As he goes through, I clip the cloak and like take the cloak.
He gives it to you, and all right, yeah, bye. Right.
And just as he goes through, I'll whisper, "Have fun, buddy."
He looks back at you and appears to be grateful, and starts crawling his way through this tunnel. Now, if we just move Mr. Leclerc's token at this point, while down in the sewers during this, you can, while surveying around, notice a few rats poking their heads out from the darkness, just into where the light of the lantern is showing, and they seem to be paused there at the moment, keeping their distance, but you notice their numbers gradually starting to increase. A few of them seem to be gathering to observe you.
I think we should hurry this up.
Oh, absolutely. This needs to hurry the hell up right now.
I'm not ready to die by rats.
Right. While conversing,
protect me.
Through the tunnel, you can hear, who are you?
We are the welcoming party. Who are you?
he looks at you and doesn't seem to respond to your question. Make me a intelligence check with plus 30.
Intelligence check with plus 30. Oh, I hurt my head.
Do you mind telling me the result? I'm on the journal at the moment.
98. It's a fumbling failure.
Oh dear. Yeah, he doesn't look very familiar. Seems like a nice guy, though. He, upon seeing you, starts backing away and looks to be scared. And
I sort of go closer, like, what are you afraid of, my friend? Come on.
The closer you
Don't go
move to
that
him,
way.
the quicker he backs off.
Don't go that way.
Well, I mean, we don't care about him. Hold on. Can we reread the letter?
Your mission was to put him back at the end.
Oh.
Yep.
Leclerc is not staying there.
Okay.
This you would remember.
Oleg, please come help me. Yeah? And I sort of try, buddy, come here, we are friends. We were told to set you out. Hold on. We were told to set you out free, yeah? Come here. And I sort of go closer and closer.
You can make a charm test to see if you can quell his fears.
Any bonuses?
Nope.
Let me put a 0 in there. Oh!
He continues to back away and looks like he is considering running at this point.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Rogel, hold on,
Can you
Shauna.
hear me from me?
Rogel, do your EDBD stuff. And you know what I mean. And I wink.
No, I don't want to risk it backfiring. Sorry.
Okay. Sir, please. We're not the enemies. We're here to help you. Please understand. We were
Considering
sent
like
to get you out of here.
Make me one more charm test. No bonuses.
as Shauna's talking to him, like I assume like he's currently distressed right now as shit. Can I make a stealth test to try and go behind him?
You can.
Success.
Okay.
Any
Plus
bonuses?
5. He is going to stop moving for a moment next to this pillar. Seeing as it's very dark down here, I'll give you plus 20, Grim.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
You're able to, while Shauna is talking to him, you're able to move your way behind him. He doesn't seem to notice you.
There, though.
Yeah.
Logically.
Yes.
And as I would be like from over here, I'm just gonna try to tackle him
Okay.
and pin him down.
I will ask you to make a strength test, and I will give you a plus 30, and I will give...
I'm gonna use my
Reroll.
last reroll for this shit, and that's it for today.
You would have won from having the higher base value just, so you keep the reroll,
Aha.
because I would have said that,
Okay.
but you just barely
Arigato.
managed to pin him down.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
hope
But
you hear the thunder that's coming from my end.
Yeah, I can hear the thunder.
Yeah, he's wriggling right now and trying to escape. Now, going back to Mr. Leclerc for a moment, you find yourself on your own within this cell.
Is my screen supposed to be pitch black?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
it is.
perfect.
I'm afraid we don't have a diagram for this. It will be uploaded at a later date.
No worries. I will like essentially what I will have been doing is using all of the tips in my disguise thing to kind of like shape my face to look a bit more like his, and I'll like put the cloak on along with the similar clothes to what he was wearing.
It takes you a minute,
then-
and you are confident you would be able to accurately portray him, being your speciality.
I'll go up to the bars of the cell and I will try and peer for the sight of a guard, or I'm depending on where the source of the snoring is coming from. If it's not like right next to me, which makes me think it's like an adjacent cell.
It's through a door
Yeah.
through you. So the other side of a sort of a thick, solid wooden wooden door, you get the impression someone is sleeping, but you are currently sort of caged in, so you can't knock on the door. You would have to verbally request.
I mimic his like the voice he was using for the kind of like muffled talking, you know, like picking up on his general accent, and I just scream out, "Guards!"
Okay. It takes a few moments, and some rustling is there. Gute Nacht. I see you have decided to talk, finally.
Good Nacht. I just want to admit my crimes.
Well, why did you have to do this at, what is it, like 4 in the morning? Well, I will go wake the scribe. Don't think I like you very much right now. I was having a beautiful dream.
And he waddles off for a moment and returns a couple of minutes later with an older man with a quill and parchment in hand. Meanwhile, the group down in the sewer have been... well, what have you been doing?
I would just be telling Shauna to sit on top of him and get some help with restraining him.
I am not the person to help you restrain him.
Oleg will gladly join in, and between the two of you, you will be able to keep him restrained. He is going to provide some resistance. While down there, though, the crowd of rats, you will have noticed, is becoming slightly more large. There are more and more gathering as the minutes go by.
Considering they're not used to light, and they live down in the sewers, would just flicking the light around kind of disperse them?
At the moment, they do seem to be backing off from the light, so having moved down here with the lantern, this group has moved back a little bit to shy away. However, they do seem to be edging forwards ever so slightly as the group grows larger.
Okay. I'm going to speak to the kind. Listen to me, my friend. You see those rats over there? And I try to show him my wounds. Those big old rats do big old wounds, yeah? Now, do you want to live and escape?
I'll give you a charm test. I'll give you plus 40.
Or an intimidate.
Or an intimidate. Yeah. It
Well,
was
better
quite,
with intimidate.
It was quite friendly, but sure. I will go for intimidate.
I mean, I might sound friendly, but... Now listen to me. This is what I'm going to suggest. You slowly move with us, and we won't have to use force. And we protect you from those big old rats, and we can all go home and live happily after. Happily ever after, yeah?
He'll basically go back into the fetal position at this point and start whimpering.
Okay. Now, we will drag him, I hope, with Oleg. Like, Bruder, help me drag him across. And try to move with everybody else away from the rats. So up to over here.
Okay.
Where our original position
There are
was.
rats up there too.
Well, I mean, I only saw them from there. So I think being up here is our safest bet so far.
Okay. Oleg moves up.
There's some more rats over there.
And we keep him pinned down, just in case.
Vargol, can you do your pew pew?
I guess I could pew pew.
Maybe you could scare them away?
Oh. There are lots.
There's quite a lot of rats right here.
Am I the only one who doesn't see any of them?
Yeah, Sean, it's called being blind.
It depends
woman.
where you stand as to what you can see. Each person has vision in accordance with their stats, so Oleg can see further than the rest of you. So right now Oleg is describing a group of rats up ahead, which Rogel can also see, due to them both having night vision.
Up ahead where?
So up this way, Bruiser, to the north on the map.
Okay.
And that way as well.
And to the right, and I think there's some down here as well. Oh boy. It's like somebody's trying to kill us.
I know, right? It sounds like the hobbits are trying to kill us. I mean, the halflings.
I just want you to know, Ersik, that I'm under a lot of stress right now.
Okay. So, while you guys are debating on what to do, Mr. Leclerc is currently pitching a story. So if you can make me an acting test, Mr. Leclerc, with plus 20, you can see how well you can recall the details which the halflings had given to you.
Nice.
Beautiful. You are able to recall the intricate details and descriptions of the characters for this particular tale, and pronounce with a degree of clarity that they never once question what you were saying. They simply write it all down, and the scribe in front of you sort of asks you to slow down every now and again and recall the details. This goes on for some 5 to 10 minutes before the clerk...
Well, thank you for the good night.
And walks out with the parchment under his arm, and the guard following. Well,
As the guard walks away, oh, go.
Well, good night.
Sweet
I hope you
dreams.
stay this lucid in the morning. Bloody prisoners.
mumbles to himself. He seems particularly peeved that you woke him up this time in the night. And
Yeah,
I seem a little bit pissed as well.
he's not particularly happy. He's not drunk, but not happy. He's more pissed off than pissed. Was there something you were saying, Mr. Leclerc, as he moves away?
literally just sweet dreams as he walks away.
Ah! He doesn't seem bemused. Closes the door, and you can hear a chair sort of being scraped to one side and a sort of huff as he sits down. Now, meanwhile, down in the sewers, what have you been up to, guys?
Can we recall if rats are afraid of fire?
They are afraid of a few things.
Does
Fire
big
might
bad,
be one.
Does
loud
big bad people from Shadowspiegel count?
I'll allow you a little bit of meta talk here. They are scared of magic. They are scared of loud noises. And fire.
Okay. You
I
could have
start
rolled in-game
screaming.
like a check for something like nature or something like it, but okay, I guess.
That's fine. It would be... You would have assumed these things, let's say.
We'll go do some flashy thing.
I don't want to cast Flashy Thing. Flashy Thing's hard to cast.
A Rogel cast flashy thing, or we won't get out alive.
But if I don't cast Flashy Thing right, I could be hurt.
I have some candles. We
We
can
could be
light.
dead. Yeah, and I have a torch. Okay, so basically
Wow.
what you want to do is take the light from the... take some light from the... magical torch that has initiative order, and light my torch.
Okay. You can
And-
light a
And
torch.
throw it to the rats.
The rats move away slightly from the site of the fire, but you can see them peeping around the corner. They've not run away, they've moved out of the line of sight, but you can hear them, and you can hear this becoming louder.
What's becoming louder?
There's
peeping?
basically squeaking and scratching and hissing that is coming from the tunnels around you.
Okay, then I'm just gonna say to the party, oh, I do sure hope Mr. Leclerc has finished his business already. Else the rats will have started their own business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, at this point, Mr. Leclerc, you are finished, and you may do as you please.
I will shrug off the cloak and start climbing back down the like tunnel.
Okay. The group receives you. The other end, the individual that's currently curled up in the fetal position, hiding on the floor, pays no attention to you arriving.
I sort of whisper to Monsieur Leclerc, we kind of promised that we will be releasing him. What do we do now?
Can I go over to him and be like, hey buddy, look, freedom, and I kind of direct his attention to the
You can make
tunnel.
an acting test with no bonus. For you are a master though. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. He all right, thanks. And looks back towards the tunnel and smiles at you exactly the same way he had before, and starts crawling his way back through.
And then can we block the tunnel from this end?
Yeah.
You can block it with the pillar, yes. You would be aware, though, that having crawled through, you would have left the cupboard away from the wall. Well, it's sort of like a small table, so you would be fairly sure that as he goes in, well, you wouldn't be certain as to whether or not he would cover the hole back up again.
Oh yeah, but he's already confessed. I don't care if they see that he was trying to escape after confessing.
Sure.
So I would I'll just make sure he can't get away.
Okay. He is going to start crawling up, so Pop, you are back, and he goes in. I'm going to roll a dice for this, but I'll do it off screen to decide what he's going to do. And he disappears into the tunnel. You're able to roll the pillar in the way and sort of bar it with a few rocks to make it... This pillar's still fairly heavy, so if you were laying down inside the tunnel, it's going to be quite hard to push away, especially if you crawled head first. So you'd be fairly confident that it's not... Nothing's happening. He ain't getting out of there.
Can we make it extra sure, but by picking up some of the rocks and gravel and whatnot, and making actually sure that...
Yeah. You could move some of them to the other side of the pillar, so basically it couldn't roll anymore. So it would basically be jacked there, and you would be...
Just jam it.
One of the barrels of wine on top of it.
Yeah, we can actually do that.
Yeah, you can put some extra barrels there if you like.
Mr. Leclerc, before we do this, does he need to escape, or does he need to be there? Yeah?
He could be there.
He needs to be there to take the fall.
Okay, so we just grab as much barrels as possible and just jam them there.
He not only confessed for his crimes, but he even had the audacity to try and escape afterwards. Crazy.
Yeah. All is well, ends well. Then we go and just pick up as much barrels as we can in a short allotted amount of time before we see the rats actually just getting their hard-ons.
They
for
are,
us.
as you are moving the barrels, they are basically becoming braver and braver to the point they seem to care less and less for the flames. And
Rogel is going to try something for once.
Go away, rats! That's the second time I've won an intimidate roll on rats.
Well, that would work. Unfortunately, once a rat reaches terminal velocity, it becomes immune to psychology. Thus, them moving toward you. So, while previously intimidated, they now care not.
Okay, that is good. Yeah, let's move out quickly.
Time to go.
Single file. Somebody
Rogel
else.
I'll go last.
to try something
You may try your thing.
against that rat north of us.
Oh boy. Let's see.
What's the winds of magic modifier?
Still plus 10. It's still pretty windy down here.
Oh no! Didn't go off. Sad face.
I mean, you can
No.
re-roll. It's just a wild thought.
What was the cast location? Spectre's Whale Blast. Oh, wow. What was the
I was
difficulty?
trying
5?
to blast the ones that's on the top.
Right,
half.
okay.
You can reroll. You've never used one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never did. I guess I could.
It can't go worse than this. It did.
You could miscast.
Yeah.
Oh, god dang it.
We could. What are the odds of them being able to climb up to the like
Cellar?
balcony area in the cellar?
Oh, yeah, there is a cellar area. Hold on 1 second. My
is up
page
to you.
refreshed.
Firstly,
As the
let's
lady
deal with Rogal's doodah. Are you re-rolling?
Rogel?
Nope,
Still
not
a
any
no.
better.
Now-
Still no miscast too. Good. At least that's the case. Oh well. So I tried to and it fizzled.
On that note, as Rogal says a few words, the rats quicken their pace toward you and make their charge, let's say. Combat has started. Grivald, it is you to go.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave the... I'm just gonna prepare the torch. I'm gonna hold the torch. I'm just gonna go from here. 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna go up to here. So, up to here.
Yep.
And seeing as I can see the big rat pack, I guess.
That would be your
I'm
run
going to-
limit there, unless you're sprinting. 16 yards.
Oh, yeah. So, over here, right? No, over
Yep.
here. Okay.
Yep.
Since you don't have a torch token for me, I'm going to chuck mine towards the rats.
Okay. I will put a lantern token on them. Make me a strength... No, it'll be a
Yeah.
ballistic skill test, and you can throw your strength times 4.
Ballistic skills. Do I get any bonuses?
You can have plus 40 because it's a swarm.
Yes.
There we go. So, let's have a... what's your strength bonus?
Strength bonus is 4.
Okay, so that would be... Yeah, you would... It's a good enough range and a good enough throw to land this torch right in the middle of them, and you can certainly see a few be set ablaze. The torch lands perfectly just against the wall here, and then being only about 18 inches wide, a few of these are struck by this, and the group will be set ablaze now, basically. That will be the effect. Now, we'll do a... in terms of damage, roll me... Oh, you got plus 5 actually, so we'll do...
Yeah.
We'll do something like... we'll do... Okay. A sizable number of them are set on fire and quickly jump into the water and sort of disappear. Presumably gone for a happy little paddle. Mr. Leclerc, it is you to go.
How many does it look have been like thinned out from this like
Up north.
Yeah.
A quarter.
And my like if I go to the other side here, can I shoot at them?
If you go whereabouts?
Like if I make it over here, can I get in range to shoot at them?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll be at a plus 30 in total because it will be minus 10 for the range, but it will be plus 40, so it'll be plus 30 to hit the group.
Yeah. I'll move up and take a shot.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. 7, 8. At least half of them are now dead, and they're now looking far, far less healthy than before. There we go. And Thorn is saying, wait.
Wait.
No, you wouldn't get a bonus to cast. Dirty cheater. Right, down here, out from the shadows.
Ooh. Big nasty.
Bloop. a large swarm of rats makes a charge for Grimvold. And gaining 1 advantage for the charge. A rather terrible attack. You can attempt to defend yourself, Grim. See if you get a lucky crit. Not a crit, but a definite parry. So you hear some scurrying behind you, quickly turn around, and swiping your sword to the side, you're able to prevent them from making their teeth marks upon you. It is now bibbidi bobbidi boo. Behind, you hear a small squeak. As another rat makes its way through the tunnel. Rogel, it's you to go.
Oh man, this just went dire, huh? Alright, I'm gonna, how bad does the one above look?
Pretty bad.
No.
Pretty bad. It's two-thirds dead. Maybe just less.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess I'll move and dart.
Okay.
Whoa, what did happen? That's not what I wanted.
Right, I've updated the health bars for you. Because I was too lazy to do it before. There you go. Health bars are updated, so they adequately reflect. You jumping in the water? Nope.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
Sorry,
so you're doing
I
a dart?
refreshed.
That's fine.
Yes.
Right, darting the group up north.
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
and I fail. Oh no.
Okay, well. And Grim would like to see their hit point bars. Okay, any rerolls?
I mean, I have 2. Sure.
Nice.
Nice.
So willpower is 5.
A solid hit, 8, and that is looking pretty rough up there now. Looking pretty rough. Right, and that will be Oleg to go. Sean, time to get out of here.
Yeah.
A Bluda! Right, Oleg is going to rear charge the swarm, and using our new updated rules, Oleg is going to get a huge amount of bonuses. As I will give him the flanking bonus, and all will be well with the world. So he's going to get plus 10 for the charge, plus 20 for flanking, and another plus 20 for outnumbering. So he is going to get a mighty critical success of a glorious amount. 7, 6, 13. That will be one of those. And a critical wound to them. Clean break, doing, well, for the purposes of this, just some extra damage, seeing as it's against a group of rats. Bruder, protect you!
Thank you, Bruder!
It's okay! And moving forward, it is Shauna to go now.
I am also gonna yeet about here. Is it still flanking?
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm gonna attack.
You will get a plus 60 now, because you really outnumber this swarm.
Plus 60.
Wait, there we go.
That's 12.
I don't think I actually defended with the rat on the previous turn, so that first will be the defense, so it's going to take an extra wound, because I'm a muppet. And against you, it's -5, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage in total. You're actually able, Shauna, to charge through and just cleave the rest of these rats into a pile of wriggling corpses that fall and sort of splash into the water.
Let's get out of here!
Right. And from down south. Oh.
Way down south.
Sprinting, but not quite making it into combat, another group charge the back of Oled. Although sprinting, not a charge, so they don't get to make an attack. And now finally for the nearly dead group to go. They are going to
Are they
charge.
still on fire?
Yeah,
Or
they are on fire, and they are going to take some damage. So they're going to be very, very nearly dead. However, not quite dead enough to stop them attacking poor little gnome in their way. Let's have a defense from you. You can either dodge or do a weapon skill.
Dodge would probably be better for me. Let me see. Yeah, it definitely would.
Okay, dodge away.
Any modifiers that I should know about?
No mods. Oof. Okay, a minus from both of you, but you do fumble, so you'll take the fumble, but because you have the better skill, you will win the tiebreaker. So they don't hit you, but you take a fumble. Your maneuver was misjudged, leaving you out of position. You lose grip of your weapon, so whatever you've got in your hand right now, you're going to drop. Next round, your action suffers a penalty of -10.
Okay.
I don't know if you probably didn't have your grimoire to hand.
No, I didn't have anything in my hands.
Okay, so I will let that one go, and for now you'll have -10 for your next round.
I'll drop my dagger. How's that?
Yeah, you can drop a dagger. Now, unfortunately, being in base contact, and now that Combat Tracker actually works, we can see that it's the end of the round, and you take 1 point of damage for being in melee, as does Oleg
And Sienna.
and Sienna. Right.
Damn, I'm really gonna die.
And now it is Grimvald to go.
Ich will postpone my movement
You will
until
postpone.
a later date.
Okay.
Yeah,
How far do
just
you want to
later.
postpone?
Well, it's usually I want to say when I want to interject, so I'll
Okay.
tell you when.
Okay, so it's Mr. Leclerc next, and I'll leave it to you to tell me when you want to interject. Mr. Leclerc, it is you to go.
I'm just gonna scream out, Mini-Me! And I shoot at the rats on the other side of the river.
Okay. You have a... It's going to be a nice range now. You're going to have just a straight... plus 40, 50, plus 30 if you're trying not to hit Rogel.
Wouldn't he also get point blank as well?
I point blank, I think. Oh yeah, it's diagonal, isn't it? Yeah, so you would get point blank just. So yeah, you will get plus 60, the maximum. And
Wow.
that is a good hit. And the last rat that was trying to bite into Rogel is impaled by your small crossbow bolt. Yeah, well remembered with a point blank there. Right, and with that, it is this small rat to go that is right next to Shauna.
I want to.
Grivel's going to go? Yep, okay.
Yeah, I want to interject here.
Yep,
Like, I'm not going to go around the corner and charge the rat.
okay. I will allow you to do so. One advantage for doing.
That would bring me up to 20 on my hit. Let's hope it's not complete shit. Well, I am out of attacks. Haha. Pardon, I mean rerolls.
-2, you still hit. You still hit, just. You won the test by 1, so that's 9. 8, 7, 6. Okay, it's hurt pretty bad. Still alive. This is a slightly more robust one. We're talking, like, large poodle here.
Okay.
Rogel, it's you to go.
Okay, I am. Well, I just got bit. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, so I'm just gonna look for the nearest rat and ping it. Pew pew.
Okay, well, that will be a particularly large group here.
And I get a -10 on my action. Is there still the 10 wins a match?
There is, so it's a neutral shot
down,
for
got
you.
it.
A decent hit. 6, 11. Okay. -8. A sizable chunk as you send a small shadowy dart flying into the group, and quite a few of them disappear. Oleg at this point is going to turn around. Brother, you could probably need some help. And
Yeah, I will come.
he will make an attack against the swarm behind him. Oh, damn it, I don't have a macro for it. I just remembered. I will make the macros. So we'll go for the plus 40 again. No advantage because he got hit. Just about succeeds. Oleg's going to re-roll that because even though he won, he can do better.
This is gonna go hell wrong.
I always know my Buddha can do better.
Okay. He seems happier with the second hit. And the rat with +1, +5, 7, 5, 13. Okay. There we go. Another few rats bite the dust and disappear. Right. Lantern is going to shine brightly. Shauna, it's you to go.
Gonna attack.
You're going to attack the group. Okay.
Yeah.
And, I should have given him the outnumbering bonus 2, so that's actually an extra 2 damage there. So you're going to get...
I didn't roll. I didn't add the...
you get
the
plus
bonuses.
60 to your roll, so just
that-
roll again with plus 60.
Okay, sorry. I accidentally...
Or
pushed
or we could add 60 onto that, actually, if you want.
Yeah. It's probably easier. It's a positive. It's an SL of +5 then.
Yeah.
You happy with the plus 5?
Yeah.
I'll give you the choice. Okay. Plus 5 is pretty good, though. Let's see how the rat does. If it does badly... Ooh, not too bad. So plus 5 turns to plus 4. That's 8. 9, 10. Oh, my word. Oh, my word.
Just about.
It is still alive. And on that note, the rat is going to attack in return back at Grimvold.
Oleg.
Oleg, sorry. Yeah. It's going to attack. It has no advantage. It's going to attack Oleg. There's more of them in base contact. That's my logic. It's not because I'm trying to kill Shauna. But if it does hit him, it's going to attack Shauna for free because of Death Blow. But that was a rubbish hit. And Oleg is going to respond with an attempt to parry with a decent success and a victory, and is able to parry the blow. However, at the end of the round, both of you take 1 damage for being next to a
Also, don't
swarm.
forget, you didn't act with the rat next to me, just so you know.
Yeah, he did. It's curious calories.
Did it not have a go?
No, it didn't have a go. I interjected.
Ah, yes,
Shauna
you interjected. Right, okay. So this rat, who has been attacked by Shauna, thank you. This rat is now going to attack Grim. And not a very good hit. I'll allow you to defend just in case you crit it.
Just in case.
Just in case, with your plus 20 charge and wound. Did you if you had any other advantage, it would have carried through. But
Don't worry, I already
if you're on it,
keep
you're
track.
on it. Coup. Okay, so a successful parry from yourself, and all is well. Grim, it's you to go. Top of the round.
Yeah, top of the round. So that would bring me up to 4 advantage, considering it failed the attack.
Yep, you would have got an extra for winning the round.
So that's basically me making attack against it with 40.
Yep.
Just taking a clean swing.
And it's going to... It's enough. It's enough.
Enough.
The rats are no more. Mr. Leclerc, it's
And
you to go.
I am just going to, because I didn't spend
You
my
can move.
movement,
Yeah, you can move.
I'm just going to run away. 8 squares over here. Just passing Leclerc, I'm just gonna jump. Oops, Entschuldigung.
Okay.
Bad problem. What's the roll if I want to take the shot at the last rats?
It will be a
And that I don't want to hit any of
40 plus 20 from
compatriots.
where you are. It would be plus 40 for shooting a swarm, but it's also you're trying not to shoot allies, so yeah, it will just be a plus 20. That'll do it. The last rat that is trying to nibble on Oleg's leg, you're able to just carefully place a 9-inch crossbow pistol bolt just into its hindquarters and, or no, into its head. And, danke! Now, it is combat over. And now, Bruder, I would very much like to leave this place.
Yeah, same. And I just sprint running, picking
Okay.
up whoever has the torch.
Okay. So, we'll change music. For now, that seems to be the rest of the rats. The journey back is quieter, with the occasional squeak here and there, but most of them hiding in the shadows and peering out toward you, but at the same point keeping their distance from any source of light. It takes some 15 minutes at a slightly quicker walking pace, still having to take care on the slippery surfaces, with the flow of the waters being somewhat calmer now. You get the impression up ahead, or up above rather, that the rain has probably passed. The narrow area you gently tiptoed through before, you're able to take a little more care with this time and make your way back into Oleg's boat.
Oh, it's nice to see this again. Oh boy.
Just take us home, please. I need some sleep.
I need some skincare products.
I think you need more than some sleep.
At this point, Oleg is changing into a fresh pair of clothes and dipping his rather rancid clothes.
Could you keep the boat clean, please? I only washed it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm quite glad to still be alive after that. Oh boy, that was a lot to do. Oh boy.
And you are gently paddled back to the nearest dock. And the ship is moored and tied up. A sheet thrown over it. And you are free to do as you please. At the end of the halfling letter, they had stated you may return to them for a pie, but did not specify a time.
Yeah, so I'm just going to return right now.
Yeah, same.
Going to go right back to the halflings. Okay, the time right now is approximately, you get the impression it's maybe about 6 a.m, very, very early, maybe even 5:30. Like the mist hasn't quite cleared, it's starting to thin just a little bit, but you can definitely see that daylight is soon going to be breaking. So, you make your way over to the familiar halfling tavern and knock on the door. It takes a minute or two before there is any signs of noise, but Candlewick and Matchwick greet you and welcome you in. Now, before I forget, anyone that took damage in the last fight needs to make another endurance test with +20.
That's not me in this case.
That's Shauna and Rogel and Oled, I believe.
Yeah.
Reroll.
Yeah, I'll use my last reroll as well.
Okay. Oh, Oleg. Oh, I'm going to reroll Oleg's.
I think that's his last reroll as well.
Yep. Oh, dear.
Wow.
Okay. So, you feel all right. It's a little nauseous following the rat bites. A few of them itch a little bit, but you don't feel too unpleasant for the moment. But after knocking at the door for a minute, the halflings... Ah, hello. Good to see you again. See you're all alive? Oh, my. You don't look particularly healthy. Come in,
No,
come
I do
in.
not.
And you are welcomed inside. They seem to be wearing sort of pajamas at this point of view. They're not wearing their, let's say, daily robes. But, so how did everything go?
Exactly as instructed. I couldn't read the paper, but Rogel could. And it said, we go in, Mr. Leclerc does his thing, we put him back in, and that's it. And we get out. So we got out.
Block the hole.
Yep, blocked the hole.
Killed the rats. Died to the rats.
I almost died to the rat.
Yes, we have heard there's rather a few of them down there. But nice to
for
see
the
you made it
warnings.
out alive. Mr. Leclerc, welcome back. Have a seat. Drinks for anyone? I know it's a bit early, but
I would like. I need it.
Well, do you perchance know any doctors?
Well, there are a few around. We could certainly fetch you one if you need.
Yeah, I think
I need kill a bad.
Yeah,
We all
need a doctor.
Speak for the whippersnappers.
Candlewick, be a darling, will you? And Candlewick heads off out the front door. And meanwhile, he'll be a little while. Yeah, it's unlikely the doctor's going to be easy to ruse or rustle up at this time, but we'll find you something. Now, I think we had a little something to talk about.
Indeed.
Indeed. You've proven yourselves. How did they do, Mr. Leclerc? Were you well looked after?
I think I'm the only one who came out of this without a scratch. They did fantastic work.
Very
Though
good.
their personalities are colorful.
Little quirky, perhaps. Might fit in well. Okay, well, let us get down to business. Firstly, what we're about to discuss is to remain between us. I must ask for your assurances first. You've proven yourself trustworthy, but a word is one's bond, and I need to make sure what is about to be discussed is not going to leave this room.
I only care about one thing, and spreading information is not one of it. It's not on the list.
I cross my fingers as per the sign of Ranald, and I just say, please, do you believe I would do such heinous acts to ones who have helped me so gracefully?
Okay.
All
Yes.
secrets belong to Ringle.
It's going to make an insight check. I know it will say perception, but yeah, he seems to believe you. So it doesn't matter if you're telling the truth or not, but, well, while Candlewick's gone, he won't mind us getting started with the formalities. We run a guild, and it goes by a few names. Some would call it the rather crass Thieves' Guild. However, we prefer the new name we've adopted, which is the guild you've never heard of. And one could say we are a high-ish rank within said guild, and we would like to offer you the opportunity to join. There comes with a few benefits, but there are a few rules.
Like what?
I'd like to see those before I decide.
Yeah.
Benefits are as follows. We provide work, we provide training where necessary, and lists a few possibilities. In terms of meta talk, you would gain access to a change to a couple of careers in particular, and trainers for a few, let's say, thievery, spying, and subtlety-related talents and traits. As well as this, we also offer some legal protections should you get yourself into a pickle. Can't always guarantee things, but we do what we can. We can also assure you that anyone from the Thieves Guild will not steal from you, while protected by us. There are some who do not operate within the guild, but anyone within the guild must not steal from another member, which is, of course, where we come to the list of don'ts, or the... let's not call them negatives, but firstly, you must not steal or murder anyone else. Harm must not be done to the Thieves Guild's name, reputation, or anything else is not permitted. And
Anyone else in general, or members of the guild?
if it doesn't come back to us, you can do as you please. If you were caught and it comes back to us, well, we may not be quite so happy. And
Got it.
one last thing. 1/3 of everything stolen by the guild belongs to the guild. It goes to pay the way for certain plots, schemes, and services. So we like to share.
So this bonus only applies to the higher ranking members, right? Or
No,
have
no.
access as well?
We provide training as needed. We look after our own. So, in summary, a short list of bonuses will be that you'll have some extra careers opened up to you should you wish to change, and these would be done so you'd be able to gain access to them for free. You'd still have to pay to leave your current career when completed. There would be a few talents and traits that you could spend the normal 100 XP to get instead of having to pay a premium, even though it's not on your career list, but it would basically be extracurricular activity for you to learn it.
Right.
So it would be one of your sort of tasks per week. And you'll also be provided with jobs and services should you require. And Matchwick has a little conversation with you about this, and that might involve a little discount for some healers. It may be they might tip you off with which guards you can bribe, information, services, you name it. Matchwick seems to boast quite a lot of connections within the town.
Think of it as an investment to your future. And the clerk's just like cleaning his glasses on his scarf.
What's the exit strategy like?
Exit strategy? Well, not many choose to leave. Of those that choose to retire, we have no squabbles, but certain insurances are sometimes required. But we keep a close track of ex-members and keep an eye on them. We're not a violent bunch. We follow the ways of Renauld. So, we have our fun, but
Do you have, by chance, a priest of Ranald?
We have many things. But yes, we do.
Okay, that's fair enough for me. Like, I'm just gonna say, well, where do I sign up? Where do I sign?
If you help me get information on the Rook brothers, I'll consider your offer.
We can certainly do that. We have a servant in the house currently. We could either offer you employment in the house, perhaps, if we're able to work things out slightly, or we can pursue other means, but certainly it's not outside of our expertise.
Well, you have my interest.
Bruder, what do you think? You can sign up with these men. I'm pretty sure they can jobs that are on sea, on water, and you can use your pretty boat, yeah? And I look towards Matchwick.
Oh, this is very, very exciting. Does this involve boats, by any chance?
Yes. Certainly. We may have tasks that involve transport. You may have the occasional guest to take on a boat, perhaps.
Oh, Bruder, I could take a guest.
Yeah, Bruder. We can take all sorts of guests.
Oh, I could give them a tour of the waters.
Yeah.
He puts his hands together and looks up at the ceiling, starry-eyed.
Sounds good to me.
Horgel?
And you, little man? What do you have to say?
There may come a point where I'm no longer able to participate.
Oh.
Do you object?
How so?
Well, there may be a day where I can no longer engage in such activities as this. But we'll see.
Retirement is allowed, provided one's worth has been proven. It's generally a good idea to keep in touch, though, if you know what I mean. We've had
definitely.
members leave to other towns. We have no squabbles, but we ask they keep in touch, a pigeon here and there, and occasionally favours are done. But you are not necessarily tied at the hip to us.
All right. I'll consent to joining.
At this point, Candlewick has returned and holds up a hand indicating maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Very well. Let me get the paperwork. And pulls out a few contracts, basically showing exactly what you was just said. It's really not necessary to have something in paper, but we like to do things by the books, and well, I don't know, it just feels a bit more formal this way.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. What was the guy?
You didn't
What was the
recognize
job?
him? Oh.
9.
I thought you would. You were the one that bopped him on the head.
Oof.
Hmm.
I had a guess, but
Yes.
it skipped my mind.
Since we had a talk to him, he was somewhat less chatty, let's say, but we wanted to make sure he had his tale to be told, and Mr. Leclerc did a good job, or so we hear. Now, let us give a drink to Renaud, and to a new friendship, and pours everyone a drink. On that note, it seems like a rather good opportunity to end the session.
Yeah.
Cheers.